Hey, it's Thursday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason Thrifts.
And I'm co-host, Debbie. Host number 2.
Debbie Thrifts too. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Missed you guys last week. As much as I like having a break, then I'm like, I want to share this, and I want to share that, and I want to share this. And the first thing I want to share is, for the first time in a year and a half, 2 years, I have a live studio audience. Yay! My buddy Todd.
How you doing? Hey, Todd.
So yeah, Todd's in town. He's like, hey, can I come by and watch a show? I'm like, sure, come on by. Office is somewhat clean, so yeah. All right, so we got a great guest. You might know him. There's no might, you know him. So let's get him right in here, shall we?
Oh, Mariners won today.
Woohoo! Where's my guest? Oh, there it is. Now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. Hey, everybody. Aaron is back. Now, Aaron's been on many times as both guest and co-host, and will in the future. Aaron, along with his husband, Matthew, are admins in the Thrifting Board, or as we know them, lifeguards. And we wanted to keep everything a beach theme, so Aaron had a project that he wanted to do about putting the ultimate BOLO list together, and we called it BOLO Beach. So in honor of that, since you've been on before, I've already done mugs that matched you up. What do you find at the beach? Well, of course, you find pelicans.
Cool.
So this is from Monk Tiki. They did this lifelike looking one, and they did like an aged bronze one where it's kind of greenish, kind of rusty. And what do you get when you walk on the beach?
Many?
A cocktail.
What beaches do you two go to? Cocktails and money. You get sandy feet.
Oh.
That's cool.
So my assistant Kelly was in Florida, and she brought me back this bottle of rum from Florida. That's in Florida, made in Florida. And I figured, what more perfect rum for tonight than Sandy Feet rum to talk about the BOLO Beach. So cheers. Thanks for being on, Aaron. Good to see you, Deb.
I have green because you get seaweed on the beach, right? I'm drinking clown punch because there's always a clown on the beach somewhere.
Clown's own punch.
Clown?
Own punch.
That sounds interesting.
And I said, are you calling Aaron a clown? Is that why you're drinking that tonight?
No, it's because it's easy to make.
I'll need the recipe.
What are you drinking, Aaron?
Just rum and Coke. I'm waiting for the hard stuff for the weekend. You know, I still got to work tomorrow. And you sold me this mug, and I just love it. So.
Yep. And what rum are you drinking?
Jonah's Curse. It's like Kraken spice rum.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't say Malibu mixed with Captain Morgan, I'm okay.
No.
I bought this one for Jason too. I, for some reason, went into a store and I'm like, OMG, I love that one. I gotta have it. So
I love that one.
So cheers, cheers you guys, and cheers everyone in the chat. Good to see you. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. And Aaron, sit back and relax, and we're going to talk with you in a little bit. And Deb and I are going to get right to the segment. So let's get right to it. Ba-da-ba-dow. And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. Boom.
Oh, I love this cookbook. It's so easy to identify. The edges are gold. I think this is the 4th one I've sold. The thrift store I got this at has an eBay store now, so the challenge is on, and I picked this up for $1.50 and sold it for $45.99 really quick.
Nice. Let me guess where you bought this. At a garage sale from Cheeseburger.
That's right, in Reno, Nevada. Darn, yeah. I wonder if they're still there. I don't know. We paid $10 for it, and Bill accepted an offer of $50 for a guy that wanted. Oh, we paid $5. I keep getting my numbers wrong.
Yeah, so when you find these old fezzes, the more jewelry, the more money you can make. Because some are rather plain, just monogrammed, but this one's got all the jewels. And I've had ones even with more jewels. So
probably should have kept it. I like that one.
Yeah, very cool.
And some women's shoes, orange shoes. Paid $2 and sold them for $24.99. It's sandal season.
Yes, it is. All right, I never do well with Coogee jeans, and you have a nice pair there.
Well, this is a Profit Pile alumni. No joke. Probably been in there about 10 years. But it's been listed only 2 years. I just love this. I thought it would sell quicker. So yeah, only been listed 2 years. So we sold them on a 20% off, 25% off sale. 30. Oh, never mind. He made an offer. I don't know. I should have him do the show. He knows more about it. Is it Kuji or is it Kugi?
I think it's Kuji.
Kugi. I looked up the pronunciation.
Oh, you might be right. I think I pronounced it wrong all my life.
Kugi. I've never found the sweaters. That's what I keep looking for.
Yeah, the sweaters are where the money's at. All right, now this is not the biggest t-shirt sale, but I wanted to show it because A, it's Bowie and it's freaking cool, but B, it's only a small. And for a long time, I ignored all smalls because bigger sizes do tend to sell better. But when you find a shirt this cool in the small section, grab it. So I paid $4 and I sold it for almost $30.
And there's a lot of small people in the world, especially in America.
Oh, yeah. All right, so my mom has talked quite a bit about fiber optic holiday stuff. And my boy Cletus, who brings things to me from house cleanouts, had this. And of course, anytime you have a fiber optic item, you must have a video. Oh, I took it down already. Never mind. There was a video. It sold already.
I bet it was cool.
Yeah, it's funny. I took it down. So yeah, because it lights up. So anytime you got something that lights up, take a video of it lit up in the dark. Don't forget to turn the lights off.
Oh, I love this shirt.
All right. How cool is this vintage Snow White the Seven Dwarfs shirt?
What size was it?
How cool is this?
That's awesome. And it's long sleeve.
Yeah, long sleeve and made by Kennington, Old Kennington. Picked it up at Buffalo Exchange for $15. Sold for $56.
Wow.
That was one of those shirts where I'm like, why am I not a normal size man?
Oh, no. It's not an extra large for my husband either. That is cool.
Oops. All right, so here's one of my best scores of the week. Sold this Tiki print called Pearl of Wisdom by August Holland for $350 on Facebook Marketplace. Local pickup. Didn't even have to ship it.
Yay, score.
And the best part, I bought it on eBay with shipping for $100.
Wow.
Got to keep your eyes peeled online because you can do things like this. And a lot of people, the day I put this up, people were coming from me all angles. And of course, someone came at me from the angle of, I live down the street. You win. You win. I don't have to ship it. Thanks. Come on.
Do you have another one of your own of this?
Oh, yeah. And I've sold, mine's hanging up, and I've sold 4 extras so far.
I'm still looking for ours.
Well, I'll keep an eye out. The next one's yours. How's that sound?
Oh, yeah. But not for that price, please.
And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. All right, cassettes have been hot lately. Like, they're never not, but man, the bigger price ones have been going a lot lately. And you couldn't be two polar opposites than the Cramps. I know you're a big Cramps fan.
My brother is.
$30 for this used Smell of a Female cassette. And $24 for this used Shorty the Pimp Too Short cassette.
Nice. Wow.
As you can see, I spent $6 on Too Short, and I spent 50 cents on the Cramps. So if you aren't flipping cassettes yet, what are you waiting for? Okay, not my biggest record sale the last 2 weeks, but I want to share with you because this is Rat's original EP. So it was on a couple things that you got to know about this. It was on Time Coast before they got signed to their major. And so if you can find it on record, it sells pretty well. CD, it sells even better. And the one extra tidbit that no one mentions, but anytime you can use bonus keywords to help sell something, this is Tawny Kitane's legs. Now, Tawny Kitane is the hot chick rolling around top of the Jaguar in all the Whitesnake videos, and she ended up marrying David Coverdale. And she was also the bride-to-be in Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks.
Wow.
So those are her legs, so that's a selling point for Tawny Kitane fans. So if you don't put that on there, people won't know.
So if I find one with legs, I have to ask you whose legs they are because I won't know.
Yes. For sure. Whose arm is this sticking in here? And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs.
I sold one.
Yay!
Fine. Yay. I think we paid like 99 cents for them. I used to find them at the 99-cent store too and sell some of those, but I haven't lately. So
Now, who is the Buck Creek Jazz Band?
don't even ask me.
And look at that. You don't know. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. And you got $16. So see, there's treasures everywhere. You don't have to know music in order to sell music. All you have to do is have one of these.
Yep. So true.
All right. Now, I wanted to show you this one. Again, wasn't one of my biggest sales of the week. And I didn't want to show it to you. Just be like, look, I showed you a bad word, mother effers. But I wanted to show you because when you list any form of media, books, CDs, movies, if they have a swear word in the title, it is absolutely okay to use that word. Now, you can't use that word as a descriptor. Like this is bad as a mother effer. But if it's the name of the band, there's not much you can do but write the name of the band. So as a heads up. Now, can it get pulled from time to time? It has happened. But if it's in the database too, it's even easier. So if you have something with a swear word, go ahead and put it up there.
Note to self.
Yeah. I've talked about in my flipping CDs classes, looking for small unknown rappers who are just regional. And so I don't know anything about Pizzo, the beat fixer, but I don't care because someone paid me $40 on Discogs for him. And I paid $5.
Nice.
Not every independent underground rapper is worth money, but some are worth crazy money. So 5 into 40, not too bad.
All day.
All right, Allman Brothers, live at the Fillmore East Super Audio CD. Paid $1.15 at an estate sale, and I sold it for $49. Super Audio CDs do not play on regular CD players. You have to have a special player, so keep that in mind if you're listing any Super Audio CDs.
And yes, I know who they are, and they're one of my favorite Southern rock bands.
Okay, this one I don't know. This is a cast recording, like a Broadway show. Never heard of it. Craig, are you here yet? Freudiana. But here's what I do know. This is one of the ones I bought at Amoeba Records when they opened up for $10, and I sold it for $100. Woo-hoo. Wow. And when I did that CD haul 2 weeks ago, one of the ones I bought from, what happened? Oh, okay. One of the ones I brought from Phoenix just sold for big money. That'll be for next week.
Sweet.
Yeah, I never heard of it either. Okay, good. I'm not the only one. Not the slightest idea. Never heard of that show. But see, that's the other thing. This show, none of us who go to the theater heard of it. And so probably didn't last long. And so that means, the Cat soundtrack, there's 10 bazillion of them. The Freudiana soundtrack, not too many. Not too many when you can listen and sell for 100 in like a week. So
Alan Parsons, is that Alan Parsons, like project that did that CD? Or they're just two different people?
I think he did the music for it.
Okay.
So yeah, he did the music for it. And am I forgetting something?
Hey, wait! Hold up! Don't forget about me!
Whoops! Now it's time for Stacy's Budget Bin Scores. All right, Stacy picked up the Future Sound of London Accelerator out of the dollar bin. And boom! Her average has gone back up, $35.
Cheers to Stacy.
That is so weird. I'm trying to play the show on the big screen, and there it is. Kept saying coming up. I'm like, I hope I'm live. The chat seems to think I'm live. Holy crap, that was so weird. All right, cool. And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours. Too funny. I forgot to do duds of the week. So, and now it's time for where in the world did our stuff go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers. Just call me a goober.
Okay, Goober, from now on, you have to send me your list so I can check it to make sure you're ready for the show.
I went right to where in the world. I'm like, where's our duds? And then it just dawned on me like, oh, I didn't set them up. Okay. So no duds this week. We're just moving on to where in the world do we sell our stuff?
You have to do 4 next week. 4. Okay, so I looked this one up too. It's Hermes tie. Sold it for 37. Wait a minute, where am I? $39.99. I did the Jason tip where I went through all our neckties, changed everything to flat calculated shipping, which put this at $10.49 to ship to Stockholm. eBay wants $17 to ship that. So pirate ship is the way to go. And no matter where it goes, these are only like 4 ounces. So yeah, so I did that all one night. I went through every one of our neckties. I woke up to the sale in the morning for $39.99 and it had been listed a while. So it really works.
Nice. All right. Now mine, I had a lot of internationals last 2 weeks, but this was the best one. The best one because, when you list an old Mexican group item and it goes to Liverpool, England, yay. How about Menudo Viewmaster? Someone in Liverpool's like, you know what I need? I need a Menudo Viewmaster reel. Hit me like a cannonball. Now, if you don't know who Menudo is, it's a Mexican boy band that their whole hook was when you got to be 16, you were out of the band. So it always kept the band young. And you might know Ricky Martin. He came out of Menudo. So
nice. So when their voice really started changing, they had to get
So their one big hit was Hit Me Like a Cannonball. But this is why we want you to sell everywhere, because who'd have ever thought someone in Liverpool needed Menudo Viewmaster?
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what happened to duds. I just I'll skip that this week.
What did you skip like 2 weeks ago? You skipped something.
Yeah, I know. Here's what happens. When I take a week off, I get out of right away. I'm out of the loop. I'm like, whoops.
Is it that or it's because you're getting close to your AARP card?
And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping. Enough of that talk.
Well, I'm older than you, so I can say it.
That's true. That's true, old lady.
eBay, finally, hallelujah. I've been waiting forever for them to offer our buyers regional A shipping. They never could check it, and now it's in the listing thing lineup. So we do quite a bit of regional A, and if it's, we sell stuff in California. We live in California. So if we do, instead of FOMOing a mug, I'll put it in that little square regional A because it's the same price as a padded flat rate. So then they have 2 different shapes. So this is huge to be able to, obviously it goes by region. So if it's not going to work for the East Coast, but in our area, maybe to Nevada, Arizona, this whole area we're in, it saves money. And it will, if you're on the East Coast, selling the East Coast, it's going to work for you too. So order them free from USPS and be ready.
Tracy, want to know if my Menudo was listed on US or UK? I'll tell you real quick, because I don't remember off the top of my head, Tracy. So hold on a quick second. I will tell you. Item title, Menudo. Oops, I think I spelled it wrong.
Ordering boxes are free, so stock up on those.
I spelled Menudo.
They don't usually have them in the branches either, so you can't just walk in and pick one up. So
let's do Viewmaster. Apparently I can't spell Menudo all of a sudden.
How much rum was in that drink?
It's good, and it's still in there. All right. It was on eBay.com, so it was not UK.
No.
All right. Are you ready for this?
I am really ready.
This is my garage 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Stacy must have hated that.
Well, garage in the office, so she doesn't have to really deal with it. But we do, and of course, I was tired of it. My assistants were tired of it, even though, of course, they would never say anything. So the tip isn't to clean your garage, although that's part of it.
Yes.
But what was in this garage that I never thought about was built-in shelving. Who knows what they used it for, but it was great for shipping supplies. So as I cleaned through the garage, oh, look at that. That's the same shot.
Wow.
But look at these built-ins. Look how amazing you can use them to stack your stuff up. So if you've never had some shelves put in your garage, look at these. Perfect for all my extra supplies that I use on the regular. And we've got them all kind of together. Boxes down below, envelopes up above, tape in the middle. So yeah, LP mailer sitting in the foreground. So yeah, definitely if you've got some shelves in the garage, they can come in handy. An early assistant said, hey, we could probably use those for the shipping supplies. I had never even thought of it. And it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So
we have built-ins too. My problem is I can't reach the top shelf, but I always have
that's it. Luckily my adult assistant is on the taller side, but we do have a step ladder always around here to get the tall stuff.
Nice job.
And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing.
Okay. I've talked about business cards before, but I was thinking how carrying them with you and telling, because your neighbors may not want to deal with a garage sale, but if they know that you do this, or friends or family, kind of the different kinds of things that you buy with your phone number, and just have them and give them at a garage sale. You never know who you're going to run into. We have a friend who goes to thrift stores looking for metal because he is a welder. He does incredible recycled metal sculptures. And so he knows now. He brought us a Chicago coat that we sold for $50, $60. He knows to look for Hawaiian and jerseys and just different things. And so when you let your family and friends know what you're looking for, they can source for you. Give them to your hairdresser, store clerks. You never know who's going to say, oh, man, I have a whole 9 long boxes of comics in my garage. I don't know what to do with them. Okay. Yes, Linda, we need step ladders.
Hell yeah. And yeah, you always put that word out, and you never know. I was sitting at a Tiki bar in Arizona, and my friend's like, hey, I've got my comic book collection from when I was a kid. And now most of that stuff's not going to be worth much, but if he's got some of the seminal issues that people are like, that's the one where Black Panther shows up for the first time, that kind of thing, then you like, oh, I'll absolutely look through your comics. Absolutely.
Because they want someone they can trust too. So when they're our neighbors and our friends and our family, they're going to trust us not to rip them off.
All right. We have talked about this a little bit in the past, but I wanted to wait till these sold. Do not, when you're out thrifting, ignore disgusting jeans.
Yep.
Do not, because look at these. These are filthy. Oops, come on. They're tattered. They're covered in paint.
Yep.
They were $3. Look at that. They're disgusting. They were $3 at Savers. There's some oil on the right there, and they're on their way to Europe right now. So not only did they sell for good money, got some paint on the back pocket there. Look at that.
Wow. And
my title fully said it. Awesome distressed trash jeans.
So Savers had those on, and did you say you got them at Savers?
Yeah, $3 because they priced them cheap because they were destroyed.
Yeah, I was thinking typically they don't keep things like that, but those are also great for movie prop houses. They can buy them if they fit their actor or whatever, and they don't have to distress them. They're ready to go. Oh, use tongs. Gloves. Remember to wear gloves when you're sourcing.
All righty. Whoops. Went the wrong way.
I'd even wear those.
And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
And I wanted to add you to my my other tip. You can get business cards from Vista really cheap, and even Staples. I've gotten cards from Staples for $10 same day. So.
Yeah, apparently I don't have your platform tip. Okay, hold please.
Trying to think, did I make one?
Oh, you sure did. I already downloaded it.
Oh, I did.
You know what? The funny thing was, I ran through the show and I'm like, yep, everything looks good. Apparently just missing stuff left and right. Hold on. I almost got it.
Thought that I had my links messed up, and you let me know about that for sure.
Hey.
I don't know why I keep doing that.
There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry for the delay.
Your office? Okay. When I heard about Depop, I was like, oh, I don't have any cool stuff for those cool kids to buy. So I just kind of blew it off. And then what happened was I had a pair of cookies on eBay, and this guy kept lowballing me, and I kept, no. And then he got really nasty with me. I said, okay, fine. I took it off eBay. I ended the listed. I listed on Depop for more money and sold it in a couple days. So that was my start into Depop. And then I started looking around. They have books, they have toys, they have plush, they have jewelry, they have plates, they have everything. So don't be afraid thinking I don't have any cool clothes for the millennials or whoever they are. Depop. I think they're younger than the millennials. So anyway, check out Depop and just see. I mean, it's a whole nother venue, and they have everything on there.
I've bought Tiki mugs to flip from off of Depop.
Good to know.
All right, so we talk about this all the time in the Thrifting Board. Whenever anybody famous dies, the way people mourn in this modern age is they go online immediately and buy something, especially if it's a musician or an actor or an actress or even a sports figure. They'll go buy cards and stuff like that. But we were at the Tiki Bar in Phoenix on Thursday night, and Shock G passed away. And Shock G is the front man of Digital Underground. Most of you probably know him as his alter ego, Humpty Hump. And so we've all done the Humpty dance. And he was young. He was only 57 years old. So that absolutely sucks. What big artist came out of Digital Underground? There, I'll throw a trivia question out there. I wasn't even ready to give this, but I'll send you some eBay tape. What big artist came out of the band Digital Underground, was a backup dancer for Digital Underground? Do you know, Deb?
I would guess, but Asher? I don't know.
Who?
Asher?
Who's Asher?
What isn't what that guy's name? Isn't he a singer? Asher? Maybe he's not hip hop. You know, he was in a movie, and isn't Asher like huge?
I can't wait to figure out who you think you're talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna find out.
But yeah, Jess got it first. Yeah, Tupac was the backup
Oh,
dancer
you're kidding!
for
I do
Digital
know.
Underground. So we were at a Tiki convention, and I totally spaced that I had a Digital Underground CD up. So it sold a couple hours after the announcement, and I sold it for $25. Still a good price, but had I remembered, I probably would have kicked the price up a little bit, because immediately stuff starts selling, and all suddenly the demand outgrows the how much is in stock. Do you mean Usher?
Usher.
Stacy just messed me. I think she meant Usher. That's why I'm like, Asher.
Usher. See how if it's past the 70s, I'm like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Usher.
I do know who Tupac is, though, too. That's amazing.
Oh, too funny. So very sad that Shock G passed, especially at a young age. But when they pass, people go online and buy stuff.
That's the second one. That other DXG or whoever guy just
DMX. But this could be a new fun show. Which celebrity is Debbie trying to talk about?
Well, yeah, but I mean, he died too, and he was only 50.
Asher and DGX.
I'm gonna start my own.
Yeah, well, the thing about DMX didn't surprise me. He had substance abuse problems all the time, but Shock G was just out of the blue. So very very sad. All right, one more segment. And now it's time for Unseasonably Sold. What did you sell out of season?
I had to convince Jason to let me use this one. Okay, season starts in August and it ends in December. And so we are not in August or December right now. So this is Unseasonably Sold. Book about college football. The Badgers in Wisconsin. There.
Very nice. And you know when you're in mid-April and the weather's getting nice, you know what I need? I need the Lawrence Tuber Trio Holidays and Holly Nights.
No.
And again, this was listed before Christmas. So it's always so funny to me that no one during the holiday season needed it, but someone in the middle of April said, this is what I need. I have never needed Christmas music in April, ever in my life. And I love Christmas music. Love it.
My brain immediately goes to plays, movie houses, people that are filming things that are going to be in the holiday season.
Could be. And this Lawrence Tuber Trio, not a big band. Yeah.
Popular.
No one knows them.
That's the beauty of thrifting and selling on eBay. We find the stuff and the people buy it.
She didn't have to beg me. She said, is this seasonably unsold? And I said, you got to sell it. And she said, I did sell it. And then I said, LOL, I meant you got to sell it to the audience.
So I did it. I did my homework and I found out the
Good job, Debs. Good job. All right. So upcoming shows before we get Aaron in here to talk about the BOLO Beach. Okay. So I was unaware, Deb, that not everyone was on Seller Hub. I really thought we all were by this point.
I thought it was required.
So did I. So mom ends up on Seller Hub. I didn't realize she wasn't. And even my assistant said, hey, I'm in Seller Hub now. And I'm like, oh. And so my mom can't find half the things that she normally did. And so I said, well, why are you looking for it that way? So we felt that there's probably other people who don't, even though we've done a show on the Seller Hub, if you end up into this week and you weren't ready. So mom's written down the top 10 things that she can't figure out where the heck it is. Plus you can kind of customize what you see. And so we're going to talk about that. So basically mom's going to be like, where is this? And then I'm going to navigate to it. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So if you need a little refresher on Seller Hub, tune in Sunday. If you don't, and you miss mom and I, just tune in Sunday anyway. It'll be fun.
And I want to say, don't be afraid of Seller Hub. I read a lot of comments and groups and they're freaking out. I love Seller Hub. Everything's right there. I do not know how to, move stuff around and customize all that. But I love Stellar Hub. So it's good for those of you who are going to be brand new. I think you're going to love it.
Okay, see, Linda's like, Seller Hub's still rolling out. I was shocked too. But look, Joanne just got into it. So see, there we go. So it is timely. And did I say tuber? Is it Juber? Thanks, Rick. Thanks for the catch there. Still don't know whether it's a J or a T. Still don't know. All right. And then next week, we're really trying to get back some guests on who, back when we had them on, we said, let's catch up with you sometime soon. So apparently the Ings haven't been on since 2015.
Right.
That's a long time. So Dave and Liz live in are they in Pennsylvania or New Jersey? Pennsylvania, I think. But we hang out with them in New York City anytime we're in the big bad city. And great couple. But Dave's selling car parts along with regular stuff. And so I thought it'd be a good two things there, Deb. Because car parts is something we don't talk about too often or maybe ever. But some people say, should I have separate stores for my car parts eBay and then my female clothing eBay? And the Ings have theirs just like mine, just meshed together. So it can be done. And they are an awesome couple. And so I'm so glad Deb brought them up because I'm like, it's been 6 years since we've had them on.
And since we can't go to eBay Open, there's no events, I miss them. We would set up Bellagio's and have cocktails together and chit chat.
Yeah, so that'll be fun with them on there. All right, right before we get Aaron in here, got to do one other thing real quick. There we go. All right, let me get housekeeping and get this ready. Hey, whose birthday is it? It's Linda's, and the fact that she has a beach as the top of her Facebook is even awesome. So, yay!
Oh my gosh, Linda's one of my BFFs, and I didn't even know. Happy birthday.
Tomorrow, I do believe. So I got that birthday for you. So if everyone would sing happy birthday just in their own houses, Linda will feel your love. All right?
Darn, I would have brought our happy birthday card I use for everybody on the show.
Yeah. All right, so let's get our guest in here without further ado. And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week. Oh, I pulled it off for the first time.
Yay!
Hey, were you doing the YMCA about 5 minutes ago?
No. Why is it because I'm gay?
No, because I on the corner of my, because I can see every the guest down below, and I just see you doing like this.
I was stretching, getting ready.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting ready to
You have to do it for us, please. Come on, cue the music.
Hey, I do the YMCA. I'm not gay. I do the YMCA. But in my head, I'm like, what are those two doing? Are they dancing? Is there a dance party that we did not get invited to?
That was the theme of the show. Let's dance.
No, I didn't stereotype. You guys couldn't see it. The arms were going up and out, and so I'm like, what's going on down there?
I couldn't see it. I would have done the same thing.
Love it.
Everybody does the YMCA.
Yeah, Craig says he's gay, and they don't do the YMCA. See?
We need a special Secret Beach show on how to do the YMCA.
No, we don't. All right, so Aaron, you came to me a couple of weeks ago and said, "Hey, I got an idea," and I said, "Cool, run with it." And you said, "Don't you want to hear the idea?" And I said, "No." I'd like to put together the ultimate BOLO list, and I said, "Oh, cool. That sounds like." There we go. That sounds like a great idea, and you're off and running with it. And Matthew did the graphics, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he's my graphic artist.
Yay. And so what was happening in your day that this came to you? Is it something you've been wanting to work on for a while, or was it just like, hey man, people need a list to make it easier?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I'm always at the thrift store, and I watch Thrifty Business all the time, and sometimes like it's dead at the thrift store, or there's nothing that I want there. I go to my normal places and I'm like, man, what kind of scrubs sell? And I would forget. And then I would, but I'm like, oh, but I'm doing so many things. I don't want to do this. I don't want to like research it. So I'm like, I wish there was one place to have everything. And what really prompted the idea when it comes to the format is I'm a teacher, and when the pandemic started, everything became virtual. And teachers would create Google Sheets to share digital lesson ideas, because like everyone's like, okay, we can't sing, we can't do movement, we can't do this. We need more ideas. So people would just share a bunch of ideas on a Google Sheet, and it would have tabs like movement, anyways, all these different types of lessons. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm familiar with that. So I don't know. I just got excited about it and ran with it. So that's the story.
Awesome.
And yes, teachers do rock. So thank you for teaching.
You. Yes.
Of course.
Yes, I just found the one teacher. We all have that one teacher. Think of the one teacher that you were like, they set me on the path I'm on, the good path. Mm-hmm. And I just found her on Facebook not too long ago, and I've been meaning to write a letter to her and thank her because maybe you won't believe this, but I was kind of a pain in the ass teenager.
Yeah.
Really?
And so some teachers try to rein me in by iron fist, and that never worked for me. And some try to guide me in by giving me things to do to be creative. And so when my senior year came up, I could really pick and choose who I wanted to take my classes with. She was the only teacher I took for the second time in my 4 years because she pushed me and she taught me so much. And so think about that. And if you get a chance, if you can find your old teacher, write them. I'm sure, Aaron, in the future, when you get those letters on whatever weird device around at that time, you'll be like, oh, I touched that kid so much that he remembered me. All right. So you set out to make this list interactive because not only did you come with what you wanted to share, we got almost 60,000 people in the Thrifting Board. And so they wanted to share too. So, but the one thing I really like that I don't have this prepped either, man, I did a crap job of prepping the show. Hold on. That you were very specific and said, hey, let's share our ideas, but don't add to the BOLO list things that are impossible to find.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that helps.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, that thing sold for $1,000, but I'll never find that. I mean, you could if it's like a brand or something to look out for, but the list would be like forever long.
Yeah.
So.
All right, here's the post.
And it doesn't have to be items that we've actually sold, correct?
Right. It can be like trending items, sold, help, like if you sold it yourself. And, but like, there's certain things that I've never found, but I know to look out for. And I'm actually going to show some of those if we have time at the end. I got together some BOLO items that I've thrifted the past 2 weeks that some of them, like, I had never found before. And I'm like, oh, I finally found it. So
good. Yeah. That helps us both ways, helps everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many people will say, okay, I'm brand new. Where do I start thrifting? And I'm like, oh, that's $1 million question. But this, we can point them there, point them to the thrift hall. Even our Pinterest share board in the Thrifting Board. When I see all those things, when I'm sharing and pinning, I'm like, oh, I never thought, look what they have it listed at. They didn't just pull that price out. Hopefully they researched, but it's a good idea that it's going to sell for that price.
Right.
All right. For starters, where do we find the BOLO Beach?
All right, so if you're in the Thrifting Board, you're going to, there's lots of ways. You can
make sure you join the Thrifting Board first if you're not with us. Look for me sneaking across the beach on the top and join, and then
you can search BOLO Beach. And since since obviously I post it twice a week, it's already saved in like my search, so I never have to I don't really ever have to type it in again. BOLO Beach always pops up. So that's the hashtag. And it should pop up to probably the most recent theme. I kind of set it up as themes, and it's probably going to be posted every Sunday and Wednesday to give time to input the data. And, I started just doing things that were kind of familiar with me so I could add to it. And it's the themes are kind of random. So I'm just kind of picking and choosing what themes, but I came up with the themes because I posted a while ago, like, what are you guys selling? What are people of the Thrifting Board selling? Because that gave me a good idea of what people are familiar with and could contribute. So there's lots of categories already, probably about 70, and that's just going to grow. So
if you've never searched on a Facebook group, there's the little magnifying glass right there. So you can search hashtag BOLO Beach, and then you will see all the posts that Aaron has already done. Now, the newest thing in Facebook, and I'm not sure what it looks like on mobile, but definitely on the computer. Whoops. I left the group. Okay. Right here on the main page, it shows you the popular topics in this group. So since the BOLO Beach is going to keep growing, this should be right here all the time. So you can just click right there and it'll take you to everything with that hashtag.
So that's new. That's why I haven't probably noticed.
Yeah.
It yet.
So that's relatively new.
Perfect.
So let's go to this one at random here. And then we'll talk. So you got the plush stuffed animals, and Aaron's written out this really great what we're doing and how we're doing it. And then boom, right here, you click the link to the Google Docs.
I didn't know there was a Google Docs.
Well, what do you think the list is?
I just looked through the list.
Apparently the co-host / producer hasn't done the pre-legwork to look at what our guest is talking about.
Well, I've done it. I participated. I put some coffee mugs and different things in, but I didn't realize, this is a
So here's all the categories that eventually are going to be full up.
Right.
Where is it? There we go.
Because if for some reason Facebook went poof, we still have our spreadsheet.
Yep. So there you go. There is the plush that we've already started. So this is where everyone comes in handy, because if you are crushing it on some brand that isn't here yet, you want to add it. Now, Aaron's got this great tutorial on his YouTube. So Pete's Treasures, the official BOLO brand list tutorial. And Aaron taught me something today that I've never seen before. And I use Google Sheets, or whatever the heck it's called, Google Spreadsheets, all the time. And he didn't even teach this. He just did it. And I go, wait, that's how it works? So I called my assistant and I go, look at this. And she goes, shut up. We've never done that. So,
hey, Linda.
Here's my own sheets. This is my inventory. And so I keep my inventory by Hawaiian shirts, cowboy shirts. And we used to scroll. I never knew if you click this right here, these are all the sheets.
Yes.
So you didn't even teach that. If I wasn't actually looking at the video, I would never notice it. I saw you do that. I went, what? I feel like a moron. I use spreadsheets every single day. Every single day.
I do too.
Yeah. And I never knew you click that. You can scroll a lot quicker.
And it's in alphabetical order now.
Oh. Unbelievable. So yay for you for teaching me. Thank you very much.
What a fabulous show this is. Even we learn things. Oh, can I take this moment to give Aaron a shout out, because I never thought, when we're outsourcing and I do research, I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy that, sell similar and save it. Because then that's the beginning of my listing. And I did for my husband, I did a bunch of research on plush. I put the price I want him to list it, and then he just had to take off. That was because of you. Thank you.
Yes. That was your Matthew's tip from
Thank you.
Thank you for the feedback.
One thing I want to help with is I'm a sucker for making my shit pretty in the spreadsheets. So I want to make this a little prettier. You don't need all that empty space between the two. We'll get the column A right aligned. We'll get the column E, the next one centered, and yeah, we'll make it even prettier. We'll give a little header and everything.
Sure,
but I'm so excited that both of you decided to do this because I've had a ton of great admins over the years. I've got some ex-admins who I still love dearly, and there's one right there. Hi, Robin. But it's great when y'all come to the plate and say, hey, we want to do this, help the group grow, help us grow as sellers, and just, spread the love. So I do appreciate the hard work.
Yeah. It makes the group so much better.
Yeah, so if you've not subscribed, now please, when you're done, go subscribe to Aaron and Matt's channel, because also they do a lot of great thrift hauls. And I was just starting to watch the one you did while you were sick or quiet or whispering.
I was sick.
You were sick. Matthew's sleeping on the couch. I'm like, this is a weird haul. Because you kind of sounded like this. I'm like, you could have waited.
Oh, this is before I had a channel, and yeah, sometimes I post old footage.
Yeah, so a lot of great stuff on their channel. They do a lot of extra work that I don't do. because they make videos and then put them up where these are live. So they add a little fun stuff into the video. So well done, guys. So please go give them a follow.
And I want to know what font that is. I love that font. You have to tell me what font that is.
It's Loopy Juice.
Loopy Juice.
Loopy Juice. I'm going to look that up.
Loopy Juice. All right. So you said you wanted to bring some bolos tonight, and you have some live examples, I assume?
Yes. Okay. So I wanted to, almost everything is stuff that I've thrifted the past 2 weeks. And there's a lot of things that I've been looking for a long time. So I thought this would be a great place to show it. So I have my notes here. Do y'all hear an echo from me or no?
I do not.
Okay, perfect. All right, so the first thing that I always hear people say as a bolo is Longaberger. And I've sold Longaberger bowls and dishes, and they did very well. And I found a couple things before, but I really like going to the end caps where the new stuff is about to be put up. And recently I found these Longaberger, they're coasters, or like, what do you call it? Crock pot lids? No, Crocs. Okay. And I'm like, if there's all this Longaberger here, maybe there's a basket. And to me, in the basket aisle, they all start to look the same. They're not interesting to me unless they look interesting. And I found a Longaberger basket. So this will sell for about $25 and up. And this is just like a, I mean, it doesn't look special to me. It's just called like a 2-swing handle from 1995. And yeah, they sell all day, every day. And I know there's some people who are really passionate about it. So I was super excited to find my first one.
And that looks like it has the liner in it, the plastic
Yes.
liner.
Yes.
I gave up on Longaberger because the prices just seem to drop. But now I'm going to start looking again.
Yeah, it was like $3. So I was happy about that. And now that I know what it looks like, that's the cool thing about bolos. Like now that I found one, I'll probably find it like more often. And speaking of, I have these, if you can see them. They're champagne glasses
Nice.
with this pretty flower. And I actually showed this. I showed a package of this on one of my scores when I was hosting, a while ago. But like since I bought that one time, I now look for this flower. And this is, I found 2 for $1 each. And now anytime I see these, I pick them up, and they sell all day for $16 each. And my brother found them. I found them 3 times now. So be on the lookout for these. And when we do like stemware or glassware, I'm definitely going to mention it. I didn't even tell you the name. It's Perrier Jouet. Matthew's going to put it in the chat. So yeah, I always, when I go in the like champagne glass aisle, they all look the same unless they're like different. And so this will kind of pop out.
You have a whole champagne glass aisle?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Back it up a little bit. Those trays, someone said you use them for fat candles. Jimmy said coasters or plant trays. And then awesomeness.
There we go. It's like a crock lid coaster, and these sell between 10 and 15. And I mean, I don't think you'll find it. I mean, I thrift all the time, and I've never found it. But when I did, I just look for that name now, Longaberger. So.
Yep. Sherry is pricing Longaberger right now while she was watching. What are the weird chances that happens?
Hello, universe.
And then Callie Girl wants to know how much you paid for that basket.
Oh, the basket was $3, and these were $1 each. So
All right, cool.
Pretty cool.
And then Ginny says, are those flowers dogwood flowers? Do you know?
You know what? They kind of look like it. It says it's the Belle Epoque design. So I'm not sure. But
all right.
Yeah.
Design?
All right, there we go.
There we go. There it is.
Now, I will tell you something you probably don't know. I'm so ballsy, I FOMO'd a champagne flute once to see if it would work. So those of you who don't know FOMO, you can ship breakable like mugs and stuff in a padded flat rate envelope with no fear of it breaking. And someone bought a flute for me one day. It was like $10. I'm like, let me try it. I don't want to try it on an expensive one, but let me try it. I wrapped bubble around the stem till it was the same width as the flute part, then bubble and box and threw it in, and I got glowing feedback. I don't know if I would recommend doing it on the norm, but I thought I'd try it to see if it worked. And it did. All right, what else you got there?
All right, so this, just in my mind, I recognized it, and it's a Polish pottery. I had never got it before. I know a lot of people are passionate about it, so I never claim to be an expert on these things. I just know what to look for, kind of. It was a set of 3 for $7, but each plate can sell like for $20. And there's lots of different brands, and I looked up how to pronounce the brand. It's Bolesławiec or something like that. I don't know.
That was good.
Was that good? Okay. You kind of look for this pattern. It reminds me of one of those God's Eye things. And I also found mugs. So they just stuck out to me. And I'm always looking at plates anyways on our YouTube channel. I'm always like talking about plates. And the mugs sell for about $10. And this isn't even really like one of the high selling ones. So I'm always good for buying a mug for $1 and then it flipping for $10 or more plus shipping. So yeah.
Nice.
That's number 3. All right.
4.
Just let me know if I'm going too long.
All right, that's the show, folks. We'll see you later. And
okay, bye.
More. We want more.
All right. So I know about this because I sold a cookie jar from them before. It's I think it's called Cotton Colors or maybe Coton Colors. These first, this is not as exciting, but it's a mug specially made for nothing bundt cake. And these sell for where's my notes? About $16 all day, any day. But the real thing that sells high dollar, and I found this on Saturday, are these cookie jar stick-ons. Yeah, they're called attachments. It's for a cookie jar series called Happy Everything. So they have the holidays you can stick on the cookie jar. And this one I just found for $1. Yeah, we were just hunting random stuff, and this was $114 recently. And the Kentucky Derby is coming up. Kentucky Derby ones have gone for $616.
What?
Yeah, $638. A 2012 Kentucky Derby one went for $273. This one is hunting season, and they are so small. And so look out for these because, like, that's money right there. And I've sold like 3 different ones. I sold like a graduation hat. There was a flamingo one we sold, and low end, each one is like $30. So sorry, I got really excited about these.
Well, I'm excited. I've never even knew this existed. It just sticks on the cookie jar. So we don't have to sell the whole cookie jar. We can just make money off the stick-ons.
Exactly.
Love it.
Exactly. Oh, hook and latch. But actually, it is Velcro brand.
Oh.
So you can say Velcro, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you always want to double check that.
Right. Okay. Next is I had seen these.
so, real quick, how do they attach to the cookie jar? And are they permanent or can they come off?
Oh yeah, they're Velcro.
Just Velcro.
Yeah, actual Velcro brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, to pass
I've
those
never
out.
sine such a thing in my life.
Yes, I would be so excited if someone else found these. These are something I was super excited. I swear I probably have found all these things from the Thrifting Board at one point, but some I like this, I found on my own. So I'm happy. That's what I love. I love sharing things like that. But these I think I've seen before. They are Delft, but they are Bowls Amsterdam. So they're little liquor bottles. And this one actually says empty due to customs regulations. And usually they're sealed with wax. This one is sealed with wax. You can hear a little bit in it. I saw someone listed it with the stuff in it, and they said partially evaporated. So I don't know if you could still sell it if it's actually still in there. But,
Yeah, I would leave it in there and just say the same thing.
So it's made by Delft, which is a brand on its own, and they're numbered. And they sell really good as lots as well. These are consistently $20 to $25 each, and in lots they sell even more. So look out for these.
There's like a whole village of them.
Yes.
Wow, I'm learning.
It's your first bolo that I could participate. I'm like, yes, I know that one.
I'm glad you knew that. I
The
probably
cookie jar things are the same brand as the mug. the cotton, whatever, is the same brand as the mugs. Those are the same brand as the cookie jar attachment.
Yes.
Okay.
Cotton colors or cotton colors.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yes. So I don't know if this is specific to Texas, but I find them all the time, and they always sell between $15 and $25. It's this style of cross. I sold a cross that wasn't this design today. So religious items sell well, and it's really thin pottery. So sometimes it might be chipped. This one has just the tiniest little flea bite, but the brand is called J. Dubin. And every one we've ever picked up, which is quite often, sells like really fast. So I would look out for this. And they're based out of Fort Worth. So
is that $1.89 written on the back?
You know what? I don't know. That's not the original price tag.
I'm saying, was that like at a thrift store? Did they write it on there?
It was a thrift store, but they had their own tag. So I don't know. Original.
Maybe that's the actual number. Like we made 200 of these or whatever.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. I don't know. So my next one is
Jennifer wants to know what a flea bite is.
A flea. Oh well, I'm so glad you asked, Jennifer. A flea bite is just the tiniest little nick, like a little flea bit. It's not a chip. I mean, I guess it is. It's like a small chip, but you know what? I don't ever put flea bite on my eBay listing because that sounds like, I don't know, bed bugs or something.
A lot of antique sellers though do use that term.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So the next thing is not a particular item, but it's a brand, which is kind of what I like for the BOLO brand list. It'd be great if you put the brand, but I have a section on the right for tips. Like I recently posted about fabrics, and this, I think it's Kathy, she listed like all of these great fabrics. And a lot of them were not brands, but they were like tips. So I'm going to put like tips on the right-hand side. But I digress. I don't know how I got off. But what I mean is the brand is Z Gallery. And I think Gallery is like a high-end store. This is just a trombone guy, which of course I gravitated towards it because I'm a music teacher. This sells all the time for $60. And we sold a picture frame for like $20 of Andy Warhol. So everything we've got from Z Gallery sells. So
wow, you have cool stuff in Texas.
Thank you. I look all the time. I'm just constantly out there. The next thing, I just kind of had to show it because it's really cool, but they do sell well. And I kind of have a question for the chat. Don't answer, Jason or Debbie, but what movie have you seen this from?
I don't know.
And I actually thought these were, something, but they're actually boxing gloves. And Lisa, the admin, was like, "Those are boxing gloves," and I'm like, "Oh." And it kind of looks like a taco holder, but it is a dresser caddy. I guess you put your little rings in there, or like change or keys. And this one sells all the time for $40 or more. So I think I'm going to put that in our antique booth. We were going to have an antique booth starting on Saturday, but it was moved to June 1st. But this is definitely like either an Etsy, which we need to get into, but I think it will look great in the booth. Sherry got it right. Sherry, I think Matthew said you got it right. It is from Pulp Fiction. Yeah, and they mention it several times because he puts like an item in the kangaroo.
Yeah, you put your wallet on the side, you put your rings on the tail.
There you go. That's what it's for. A wallet. I always
or your tacos, for later.
Tacos with a little dip, like. And this is another one I could not. Okay, I've been looking for this forever, and I found it the past few weeks. And then I found this one, which I see at antique malls all the time. And I love, so I just had to share it. And this one actually is about $10 consistently, which I'm surprised, but perhaps it could go for more. So dresser caddies.
Never. I just call them Dutch catchers.
All right. So the next thing is I have an anime club at my school that I just started. Anime is really big, or just Japan in general. So I already knew what this was. This is Rilakuma. It is just these cute little bears, kind of like Hello Kitty style. It's a game. It has all kinds of merch, but this can sell constantly for about 15 to 30. It kind of just depends because there's lots of styles of this blanket. And I've been really into linens lately. And, you know, this was the one item I haven't found recently, but it's the same character. And speaking of anime, this I found recently. And at first I'm like, what is that? What is that? But it's not what you think it is. Maybe you're not like me.
I was thinking ball sack. Is that what you were thinking?
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool. Just checking.
Yes, that's what I thought. I'm like, what is that? But it's a sling bag, and I looked, and it's from the very popular anime Naruto, because I saw it on the tag. So this will sell for $40 all the time. So it's a gourd. Yeah. So it's not a ball sack. It's a gourd.
Was there a brand on the two caddies?
You know what? There is. Fine Entertainment Inc.
Oh.
I actually didn't look before because I saw this, you know, the little copyright or maker's mark. But yeah, Fine Entertainment Inc. But I did not see one on the Dachshund. So
Angelique was with us. She thought it was a ball sack too.
Okay, I'm not the only one. Okay.
When
they caught my eye. Sorry. Okay. So, pony surprise, kitty surprise, puppy surprise.
What the hell are those?
Yeah, these are vintage, but actually, I think these ones are not too old, but they can be vintage. They sell all the time. Let me see if I can show the tag. Let's see. This one is for the pony surprise. I find these all the time. We've sold like 3 different ones. And let's see who makes it. It is Just Play. Okay, I thought it was Mattel or something. But the cool thing you need to look for is they have babies. That's what the surprise is. So she has like a little litter of her
C-section.
There we go. Yes. Oh, and they make noise. So anyways, I would say like 3 or 4 of them we've sold did not have the babies. So bonus for babies. And it'll sell more if it has the children. So.
And are those faces like hard rubber?
Yes. Sorry, I kind of went too fast. They're
okay. That should make them easy to find.
Yes, they stick out like a sore thumb for me. With plush, always check that the hair's not all cut because kids love to give them a haircut. They have cute little jewelries on.
Now, look, I've never had kids, and Linda said her daughter had those in the 80s. I've never seen those till right now. How I've missed those totally is beyond me. So that's why Aaron's doing this project, because I just learned something. I've never seen those ever.
Everything. Well, that little kangaroo someone posted, it just sold for $59.99. That's a kangaroo.
Is there a amount of babies that they all have? Like, is it 4 babies, or is it different throughout the line?
3 or 4 or 5, so it's inconsistent.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Goody. So it makes it super easy to figure out if you got them all or not.
Right.
Is it a 3, a 4, or a 5?
If you have at least 1, you're doing good. So.
I wonder if they're ever mixed up. You pick up the dog, but it's got the cat babies in it.
That would be funny. Then you could lot them together with another one you get.
Yeah.
All right, we're already on number 11. This is garden flags. Just garden flags for us in general have sold. This one is just a Winnie the Pooh one we got recently. Obviously, it has to be not completely faded by the sun. We sold a lot of them that were in the package, which were peanuts. Disney sells a lot. We've sold 2 Mary Englebright, which we love Mary Englebright because she sells well too. And yeah, this should go for about 20 to 30, and that's kind of consistent across the board.
I pass those up all the time. I think, ew, who wants those? They can go buy them at Walmart.
Yeah. I think, you know, if it's an interesting character like Disney or something, and if it's in good condition, and I usually find these like in the linens, right? Like, yeah. So they're also easy to miss because if you don't go in the linens, you might not leave.
Even Todd's is going, yeah, those are in the sheets.
Yes. And he just reminded me like Mother's Day. We sold a Mother's Day one. We sold a Father's Day one. So seasonal ones are good too. So
Yeah. Good to know.
all right. So like I
I'm
said,
loving this.
what did you say, Debbie?
I'm loving this. I'm loving these bolos.
Thank you. It's just so much fun
See
to me
that.
because like the funnest part is like, you know, sourcing. So like when you figure out more things to source, I get all excited.
And it's one of the most important things because without sourcing, we don't have a business.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which is why we're opening an antique booth. We got to get that inventory out. All right, so I'm almost finished, but these are plates that sell all the time. We love Pier 1.
Yeah.
And this is in the BOLO document. I'm going to list more and more patterns. Some patterns don't sell as well as others, but this is the Etrusco pattern, and they should go for like, these ones are about 10. They're actually on the lower end, but you know, when you get it for $1 and you lot them together, it's worth it.
Okay.
And yeah, so Pier 1.
We lost our Pier 1 imports here in Vacaville. It's gone.
Yeah, they're all closed, but I think that was pre-pandemic almost. They closed down, but they're all still online, which I didn't know. I thought they were gone completely.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. And a few more things. We sell a lot of melamine and not necessarily like the mid-century Melmac, which we do sell, but we love picking up vintage character plates.
Oh, wow.
Like this is 1975 Dino Land, like divided plate, and it's from the brand called Deka. Sorry, it's probably really hard to see. Deka, D-E-K-A. And this is on the BOLO document under the plates and platters because it's in that second category about character melamine, and like we sell a lot of Care Bears. Yeah, there's a lot of Care Bear, like vintage 80s, 70s, even 90s. Beatrix Potter, Disney, Mother Goose. And then the other brands to look out for is like Solandia, Worley Industries, Stylite, and the list goes on. And yeah, it's in this BOLO document, so it will only grow.
Look what I found at the thrift store the other day.
Awesome, those are cool.
They're really tiny, and I told the lady, I go, these are $3 each. They're just plastic. She goes, usually we throw plastic away, so she'd give them to me for $1 for both.
Nice.
So you never know what you can find on. I guess it's kind of like a melamine.
Nadine with the one weird bit of pop culture trivia that she knows. Yes, Melmac was Alf's home planet.
Yes.
She never heard of the band The Eagles, but she knows where Alf came from. All right.
Love it. That's awesome.
So this is, well, it's all random, but I sold a John Deere coffee mug really well a long time ago, and I never would have picked up John Deere. That's just not me. It's very butch. But what I do pick up are baby toys. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I do. My point is, don't overlook things that seem inexpensive. Because I sold the John Deere coffee mug for kind of high, because they have a fan base, I picked up this little John Deere little teething toy on Saturday.
Wow.
And it goes for $25.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah.
Now, what section was that land? What section were you in?
Kind of in the plush, but I think it was kind of just on the shelf, actually.
Yeah, there's one of those. We don't know where this goes. We'll just throw it over there.
Or someone picked it up and didn't want it and sat it down there. Yeah.
Yes. And I think, I just realized it vibrates. Oh. Maybe it's not a baby toy.
Chew on that. Oh.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the John Deere cock ring brought to you by
Okay,
Pink Treasure.
all right. It's been fun. Good night, everybody.
We'll end on more baby things. These are loveys. We love to pick up loveys. Yes. This one was really cool because it's Betsy Johnson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Surprisingly, it goes for what, about 20?
20, yeah. 20.
I thought it'd be more, but it is a lovey. But that was really cool, a cool bonus. Like popular brands are like Carter's, and okie dokie, and they're always so cheap, and they're usually on the linens hanging up like this.
Ooh.
And I totally, that's not my thing. Kids clothes, kids things, but now like Loveys, I pick them up all the time. They're usually $1, but you have to really look that they're not like destroyed, because so many times I've seen like little chew marks, because they're used. And yeah, I just wanted to end on something. We literally find one every time we go out. So
I found one once. It was a frog, but it was a pretty good sized blanket, and I think I sold it for $50.
Wow, that's good. Yeah.
Well, look for the plush animals connected to a blanket.
Yes, because they can be in the plush too, plush or linen. So.
And those are kind of small. What you found, mine was pretty big.
Yeah. So we sell baby blankets too, and these are, I guess, Loveys. But yeah, they come in all sizes actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to end on your scores of the week. I just cut your duds out since I forgot ours. No duds this week, just all celebration. So make sure, like I said before, head over to Pete's Treasures. Now, your name's Aaron. Your husband's name is Matthew. Who's Pete?
I know.
Okay, Debbie, who's Pete? The dog. Yes. So when we started our eBay store, we had one dog, and so we called it Pete's Treasures because we didn't want our name in it, or we just thought it was cute. So we ran with it and just named it Pete's Treasures. So
nice. I love it. It's easy to remember too.
Yeah. He's like our mascot.
I don't know hip hop stars, but I know dog names.
Yeah, so tons of great videos on here. So make sure you pop over and give Pete's Treasures a subscription, please. All right, let's talk about your scores, and then we'll get the heck out of here.
All right, so this was in the CD section. Super excited. I took Jason's class, and I just started scanning, and I don't do it often, actually, not enough, because I'm so tired from doing all of these other sections. Like, I want to devote a whole day to doing it.
I keep trying to do that because there's so many of them.
I know, exactly. And so this was just a bridge CD-ROM from 2000.
What?
Oh,
what?
It's
Who
not
paid $50 for this?
I know, you can probably find those tips online and YouTube, but $46, I was very impressed. Oh, and it went to Canada, so bonus.
Wow.
Oh, that's why those Canadians. they're just getting Bridge 2000. That's what's happening.
Back then, when everybody's home, they want to learn something new.
Yeah.
Tracy said, "Where's the dog?"
He's asleep. Come
Okay.
on, Pete. Oh, but he's right here, though.
Pete, wake up. Come here, Pete.
Oh,
So cute.
right now he's like, I was just sleeping. What the hell?
That's funny. He's doing the half face just like Matthew's doing the half face.
All right, so this is just when I don't usually pay attention when I'm prepping, but I saw this and I looked at the price. And I went, what?
Yeah, me too. I never would have picked that up ever.
It's not even new. It's used.
Right, exactly. It was open.
Matthew, you want to pop in here since you found this?
Yeah.
See, I watch your videos. I know things.
I'm learning things.
Hi, guys.
Hey, what's happening? Full head, Matthew.
So this is awesome. It's a Shiner beer sign, and it's designed to look like a Texas historic state marker. And it was in an estate sale at the very top shelf, tucked away. Nobody had been looking at it. I grabbed it for $10, and in 2 days, it sold for $79.
Wow. So is that brewery or whatever still in business?
Yes, it sure is. Very popular brewery in Texas. And yeah, so
Nice.
Well done.
thank you.
Good job.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you a sad story.
Tell me.
You had one of these.
Well, I had a Dwight.
We did too. He broke.
Oh, that's my sad story. What?
Dwight broke.
We're not playing
We were
this.
so sad.
So Stacy is leaving Fidelity. When she worked for Fidelity, yeah, she worked in the office, and then she moved to at home position. So I was helping take stuff out of her office, and I took too much. And so Dwight was on her desk, and I said, she was like, "Is this? Are we keeping this? Is it trash?" I go, "Well, that Dwight sells for a lot of money." walking from her office to the car, it slipped off my hand out of the box and smashed on the ground.
Oh my gosh.
So it went from being worth a lot to being absolutely worth nothing.
Poor Dwight.
Yeah, we're gonna glue it together and put it in the booth for like $5 or something.
Yeah, but these are a good bolo. These are a real good bolo.
Never seen
Yes,
that.
and I would have never gone to that thrift store. We went to an auction, or we did an online auction, and they forgot our Tiki mugs, so we had to go way over back to the auction house, and we wouldn't have stopped at that store, and we found a gem, a Pam, which sells just as much, but this one sold within literally less than an hour. I would have skipped over it because I love The Office, but I kind of thought The Office is so popular and saturated. But I guess it makes it special because it's from the NBC experience and like their gift shop probably. So I just scanned it. It had a barcode, so use that scanner. And I'm sad about Dwight, but I think Pam and Jim sell a little higher.
Well, I think too is I don't know about anybody else, but man, I've started to watch The Office again, and I see it everywhere. And it wasn't a show I thought I'd rewatch again and enjoy, kind of like my mom loves Lucy and I love MASH. But man, we start watching them. Next thing you know, we've watched like 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And so I think this one is one of those shows that will be going on forever because it is kind of timeless working in an office.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah. So if you find any of these bobbleheads, don't break them. Don't drop White.
Don't be a Jason.
I can't believe yours broke too.
Yeah, I know. They were $3 each. So not a big loss, but I'm sad at the profit we could have made. This, I consulted my native Canadian, Lisa. There's several Canadians, and I said, is this a curling rock? And what is it? And I had no idea it was an ice bucket. She said, does it screw off? And I'm like, yeah. I was probably going to get it anyways, but I thought it was so cool. And it sold in less than a day. So look out for barware, promotional items. And yeah, I kind of wanted to keep it, but I'll take the money.
Jason.
When you think of the Caribbean and pirates, you think of curling for sure.
Exactly.
Well, those go together, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone in the chat saying so much great info. But look, it's all part of you guys now, too. So, whoops, let's not cut our heads off. Hey, there we are. We need your help because Aaron's got a ton of knowledge. I've got a ton of knowledge. Debbie's got a ton of knowledge. I see there is a books tab. I see there is a Tiki Mugs tab that we're going to get to. So I'll definitely be helping out with that. Debbie helping with the books. But as much as I know, as much as Aaron knows, as much as Debbie knows, as much as Matthew knows, we don't know everything. And so if you're killing it in some Tiki mug that I didn't know about, well, that probably wouldn't happen. If you're killing it in some fabric that we didn't know about, that's where you come in. Add it to the list, and then Aaron will edit it. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a little sparkle and shine. We'll make it pretty and easy to read and easy to follow. And it's a group effort. And I want to thank Aaron for coming up with that idea. And I love when the admins take on a project and run with it. Like, you know, CR does a ton of good posts celebrating people's scores of the month and welcoming the new people. And then Christine and Lisa do our bolos. I mean, our I don't know why I said bolos. Social media share thread. Bridget runs the show, especially when I'm not around. So it's definitely it takes a village. It definitely takes a village. And without all of us together, we're not as good. We're way better together than we are apart, even though we all got good knowledge. Like, I ain't never seen those stuffed animals before, and everyone's talking about them in the chat. How I've missed them for basically 30 years, I have no clue because I ripped all the time. How have I never even seen it?
Everything, I mean, Longaberger I knew, but I think everything else you showed, except maybe the levies, I didn't really know. I mean, I would have never picked up a baby, John Deere baby thing. I would have thought, who wants a used baby rattle?
All right, there's our resident jewelry expert. Becky's like, let me have that jewelry tab. So when you ready to do the jewelry tab, Becky is the woman for the job so very much. Now, here's how we need to end the show. Matthew, I need you to pick your head back in here for a second. No, we got to do it this way. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
It's fun to stay at the
YMCA.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you on Sunday with Mom. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, guys.
And Sunday with Mom. And we'll be back here with the Ings next week. So,
Yeah.
bye. Bye, Pete.
Source list sell.
Yep.
Yeah.
And join us in the BOLO list on the Thrifting Board.
Yes, great idea.
Have a good night, everybody. Woo!